Well, I was basically just Googling sort of like subsidence and happened to see GeoBird come up, did a bit of investigating on the website, and I thought, well, it ticks all the boxes insofar as, you know, you don't have to move out while the work's being done. It can be done basically in a day, which were big plus points as regards my dad. And that was really how I came to become aware of yourselves, really. It's a terraced house that we have. It was my father who owned it, who passed away in April this year. And there'd been a problem with subsidence for, I would say, at least about 15 years. There were various cracks starting to appear. There were a few problems with the drains. There was a few problems with tree roots in the drains as well. But I would say about 70–80% of the problem was being the gully in the backyard, whereby a lot of the water that should have been going into that and then down into the drains, it wasn't doing so. It was basically washing underneath the foundations of the house instead, causing the subsidence. Yeah, I can't really fault anything really. So the people who were working on the problem came out. They sort of injected the stuff by the holes that have been, or the treatment points that had already been sort of pinpointed along the walls inside the house and along the back wall of the house as well. I mean, I'd say the whole process took about 5-ish hours. There wasn't any mess. I mean, because of the problems we had at the back of the house as regards to subsidence, they had to actually trail the hose for the polymer through the kitchen window because we couldn't actually get the back door open into the backyard, but that didn't seem to present any kind of a problem. There was somebody on site as well monitoring the drains as well in case any of the polymer did actually get anywhere near the drains. But you know, as far as I'm aware, that was never an issue because I never heard any sort of mention of that or any blind panic or anything like that. So yeah, I mean, I'd say all in all, it was about 5 hours. There wasn't any mess. It was actually, apart from the actual generator from the van outside, the actual stuff going on inside the house was actually quite quiet, to be honest with you. They couldn't really hear any noise. The stuff was just being pumped in via the hoses that's used. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, can't fault the service from start to finish. I mean, the area manager that we had, Gavin, he was basically with us through the whole process. You know, I probably lost count of the number of times I was asking him various questions or raising various points, all of which, you know, he came back to me with either an answer straight away or if he wasn't quite sure, he sort of sought a bit of advice and came back to us with. But yeah, I mean, everybody we've spoken to has been really friendly, really helpful. The actual work, as I said, on the day, it's really fast when you consider like 4 to 5 hours versus, you know, potentially months on end for, you know, underpinning. And yeah, absolutely, I would recommend yourselves.